Before we get into what could be one of the most surprising coins in your drawer, take a second, just one, to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy discovering lost value, forgotten stories, and unlocking history through small things that others overlook, this is the place for you. You're not just collecting coins here. You're collecting time, memory, and meaning. Let's get into it. You might be holding a coin that looks plain on the outside. A little worn, maybe. Just a South African 20 cents from the year 2000. Nothing shiny, nothing flashy. You might even think it's just spare change. But let me tell you something. Every coin has two faces. One you see with your eyes, and the other you discover when you look a little deeper. This 20-cent piece was minted at the turn of a new millennium. The year 2000. A new century had just begun. South Africa, like many parts of the world, was standing at a crossroads between the old and the new, the past, and what was coming next. This coin was never meant to be flashy. It was meant to be useful. It was part of people's everyday lives. Something they got back in change at the market, tucked into a pocket, dropped into a jar. Ordinary, unnoticed. Until now, picture the coin. On one side, you'll see the coat of arms. But look closer. The inscription doesn't say South Africa in English. It says it in one of the country's official languages, celebrating a deeper cultural identity. It reads, Afrika Borwa, a reflection of a nation stepping into a more inclusive, transformed future. The other side? The protea. Not just any flower. This is a national symbol. Resilient, striking, and rooted in South African soil. It's a coin that says, here we are, and we are moving forward. Now here's where things get interesting. This isn't just a design story. It's a value story. And when it comes to value, most people make one mistake. They only ask, how much is it worth? But the real question is, why is it worth anything at all? Let's talk numbers. This coin had a large mintage. Millions of them were made. So at first glance, rarity doesn't seem to be on your side. But rarity is only part of the equation. The condition of the coin, its grade, is key. If your coin has been in circulation for years, worn, faded, scratched, then you're holding a piece of history, but not a fortune. On the other hand, if your coin has been preserved, looks untouched, and still carries that original luster, you might have something collectors will pay attention to. Then there's the matter of errors. Coins aren't just metal. They're struck, pressed, and produced by machines, yes, but not without flaws. Mistakes happen. An off-center strike, a wrong planchet, doubled features. These are rare, accidental, and incredibly sought after by collectors. And here's where your story could take a turn. Because if your 2020-cent coin has something unique, something unusual, something different, that's when the door opens. Now imagine someone finds one of those rare variants. Maybe it slipped through unnoticed for 25 years. Maybe it's been sitting in a drawer or inside an old wallet tucked in a coat pocket. And suddenly, what looked like a simple coin becomes a headline. A collector offers thousands, maybe tens of thousands, then more. Because rarity isn't just about how many were made. It's about how many survived in a specific condition with a specific error, unnoticed until now. That I want you to think about this from a different angle. This isn't just about the coin. It's about you. It's about the man who remembers when these coins were new. The man who's lived through the transitions of nations and the quiet passage of decades. The man who understands the value of things others ignore. You've seen what lasts and what doesn't. And sometimes, what lasts is sitting right in front of you, waiting for a second look. Holding this coin is holding a piece of a country's turning point. It was the early days of the 21st century. You were probably deep into your career, raising a family, or maybe rediscovering the world with new eyes. The coin was out there, passing through hands, paying for newspapers, groceries, or fuel. Today, it passes through memory. Now here's the twist. Somewhere in the world, a single example of this coin might command a staggering price. Because when the right collector meets the right coin, stories turn into numbers. And those numbers can climb. The truth is, the standard 20 cents from 2000 in circulated condition might only be worth a small amount. But the right version? In perfect condition? With a verified mint error? That's where imagination meets reality. That's when someone whispers a number that doesn't sound real that you're here because you heard the number. $19 million. dollars. It sounds outrageous. It sounds like a fantasy. But let me ask you something. Who decides what's outrageous in this world? Haven't you seen stranger things in your lifetime? A painting that sold for 100 million? A baseball card that changed hands for the price of a mansion? A digital file someone paid seven figures for? What if someone, one day, pays that sum for the rarest known version of this coin? What if the only difference between that one and yours is a detail you haven't noticed yet? A curve slightly off, a weight not quite right, a flaw invisible without magnification. That's the beauty of collecting. That's why people look. That's why you're watching .so the next time you hold a coin, especially this one. Don't look at it like small change. Look at it like a mystery. Look at it like a key. Not every coin is worth a fortune, but every coin is worth a closer look. And sometimes, just sometimes, that look changes everything. If this made you think twice about the coins in your drawer, you know what to do. Subscribe. Because what you're holding today might just be tomorrow's biggest surprise. And now, as promised, the value, the rarest known variant of this coin, if verified under extraordinary condition with a confirmed error, has been rumored, yes, rumored, to have a collector's estimation of $19 million. That's not a guarantee. That's not a promise. But it is a reminder.